call you in a little bit.
All right, sounds good.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye to my father and hello to everyone else. If you can hear me, please drop a 1. I know there's going to be a minute between now and when people start getting in here due to the ads. So if you can hear me, please drop a 1. In the meantime, I will sit here and look at the camera. To those of you watching this on replay, this is a live video, so if it's not very concise, that's why. This is not edited. All right, we got some 1s in the chat. Perfect. I see we got Ninja Mama and Isabel Elaine dropping 1. So thank you to you guys. Let's see. Where do I want to start this off? Okay, we got some people in here saying 1. All right, so starting off, let me see. I don't even know where to begin. Starting off, I do want to say thank you to everyone who supported me over the last 2 years. It's hard to believe that it's been 2 years since I posted that first little introduction video standing out in the middle of my backyard, but it has been, so that's crazy to think about. And it's crazy to think about all the adventures and all the things I've been able to do as a result of being on YouTube. So I'd just like to thank everyone who's helped make this possible. Special thanks to my dad, aka Sam the Adventure Man, for all the opportunities he's helped me with and for being a part of a lot of my videos. Also want to thank my mom for all of her support and for a lot of things, but also like letting me use her living room for a lot of these live streams she was let me use in the Lego video. So I want to thank her for that. I also want to thank all my camera people that have helped me, like to name a few, like Luke, Emmeline, Ty, Kylie, my cousin Godwin, and there's more over the last year. But anyways, just because I didn't name you doesn't mean I'm still not thankful. But that's just to name a few. I also want to thank all my moderators. I want to thank Jason of 3 AM Forge for always making sure my links get shared. I really appreciate that. Also want to thank, everyone else, Dirty Mag Yackers, Diane Phoenix, my parents, everybody that does moderation for my channel. So I'm really appreciative. And without you guys, this channel would not be where it is currently. So thank you for that. And if I didn't mention you, that does not mean I'm not thankful. I don't know. There's a lot on my mind. This is my first time doing a live stream in about, I don't know, at least a couple months. It's my first time doing a live stream by myself, I want to say in like 5 months. So little nervous, Anyways, let's see. I did see I got a super chat, so I'd like to thank the person for sending that. Yeah, so Shelly M. Forda, before this started, sent a super chat. I'd like to thank her, and I'd also like to thank everyone who has donated on super chats in the past 2 years. Everybody that has sent money to my PayPal and Cash App, and what's the other one? I feel like there's another one. But anyways, thank you to everybody who sent me money through that. It really still blows me away that people want to support me in that way. So thank you to that. If you hear music in the background, that's from the washer machine saying it's done. So there's that. So yeah, let me look at the comments for half a second. I see that my mom and dad are both in here. My mom says, "So glad you can't see the dust on the hats. I didn't get a chance to clean them." Yeah, some of them are a little dusty, but they're not bad. I see my dad is in here. He says, "Hello, everyone." If you're watching the replay, you might have seen that I was on the phone with him when this started, but if you weren't on the replay, you didn't notice that probably. Let's see. I see that Dirty Mag Yackers is in here. Shout out to him and him and his, I want to say brother, because I assume this is Jake, but shout out to him and all the things they do on their channel. I also want to, this is like way off topic. There are a lot of people that leave me really nice comments, and I appreciate all of them. Sometimes when I'm not feeling extra motivated to do YouTube, or maybe I'm having a bad day, it seems like almost every time that happens, I get a nice comment from somebody. And I appreciate all the comments, but some go like really into detail, and those are the ones that stick with me a lot. So I'd like to thank everybody that leaves comments. Even the people that leave negative comments. I mean, I've gotten a whole video out of a negative comment before. So I really do appreciate the people that comment and share my videos. Also want to send a big shout out to Gold VP. There are a few people that are consistently on here, but I always notice Gold VP on here trying to make time to watch my videos live. So I really appreciate him and everyone else that does that. But he's somebody that comes to mind off the bat. So yeah, let's see. Reading the comments again. Ninja Mama says, no need to be nervous. We're your YouTube fam. Yeah, you say that, and I know I'm not nearly as nervous as I would have been, say, a year ago, but I still get nervous when I do this. I feel like being nervous, though, kind of keeps me sharp and actually focused in. Let's see. So some of the stats so I was looking right before this at some of the stats from this channel in the last year, and it was really crazy to me. What? Anyways, I got distracted by what my dad said. I was looking at some of the stats from my channel in the past year, and there were some crazy numbers that I just wanted to share with you. It might be bragging to share it, but I don't know. I just thought it was crazy. So I'm going to share it, even if it does sound like bragging. In the past year, I've gotten 460,000 views on my videos in total, all put together, which is unbelievable. Like completely. Obviously, there's the one video that will not be. I won't have to say which one it is, but there's one that has a big chunk of those. But either way, that's crazy. I also got 18,000 new subscribers. I think it's technically so. I know I got up to 23,000 at one point, and then I've been losing subscribers as I haven't been active. And I think some of them are bots that are getting gotten rid of, because when I block some of these bot accounts, I lose like multiple subscribers at once. So I don't know, but there's that. But either way, I've gained 18,000 subscribers in the last year. I've posted 36 pieces of content. So that means videos, live streams, and shorts, which that sounded like a lot to me, because it really doesn't seem like I posted that much, because there's such a I've had so many gaps in between content. So that was like a real crazy number for me. And I really want to try and raise that number in the next year. My goal for the year was to post 52 pieces of content this year, which would equal out to, one a week. I think that goal is still achievable, but obviously I haven't been posting once a week. But, there's weeks like this week where I'm going to post, I posted twice. So there's that. And the number that really threw me off when looking at the stats for my channel in the last year was that people have spent in the last year, they've spent over 79,000 hours watching my content, which equals out to a little over 9 years. So in the last year, people have spent 9 years worth of time watching my videos, which also makes me feel a huge responsibility if there are that many people spending time on my videos to make sure I put out things that are worthwhile. So that's, but yeah, just to think in the last year, people have spent 9 years watching the things that I've been a part of that's crazy. So yeah, anyways, that's some of my stats. I thought that was really interesting, and I just wanted to share that with you. I'm going to check the comments again. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to weave in and out of talking about a few things, and then I'm going to check the comments, because I think that's the only way I can get through this. Let's see. So I'm going up a little bit back to where I was. We got Becky L says, hi everyone, happy 2nd anniversary. Thank you. Let's see. Papa asked if I was in Papa's 4 room, which I don't know what a 4 room is. Is that like the room you first walk into when you walk in the house? But no, as my mom said. Oh, fire room. Now it makes sense. But my mom said I'm in her dining room, which I am. Shout out to my mom. Let's see. Gold VP says, Mom, Kyler has your dining room looking great. Yeah, this shelf behind where I am now is all full of like my stuff and some of my like memorabilia and a bunch of stuff. One day I will go through everything on that shelf and maybe tell you about it. But yeah. Dirty Mag Yacker says, please share this live out and let's grow. And that brings me to a topic I was actually going to touch on later, but since he brought it up, that is probably at this point sharing my stuff, regardless of if you're sharing it with your friend or if you're sharing it on your YouTube channel, whoever you are, whatever you are. That's probably the best way to help me at this point, because the algorithm right now, due to my inconsistency in posting, absolutely despises me. I was looking at some of my stats, and a lot of people on here, I know because I've talked to some of y'all, but a lot of people have notifications on for my stuff, but it does not. When I post something, I don't think it sends, according to the stats, it doesn't really send out notifications, it looks like, because most of the people that find my videos, find them kind of organically. So one thing you can do if you want to help with this channel and its continued growth is to share out the videos, obviously. And if you don't like the videos, then definitely don't. But if it's a video you think you want to share with people, that would be super helpful. And also pressing the notification bell, because YouTube they kind of hate me right now. And and I get it because I don't post consistently, but I'm working on it. So sharing and clicking the notification bell helps a lot with making sure you keep up to date with what I'm doing and helping me to be able to share videos to more people. Let's see. Gold VP says, Kyler, you brought up times of being down. You and Sam have helped me out in my trying times. That is so awesome. Yeah, I really appreciate you and all the other people that have been here for me. It means a lot. Let's see. Kitty Q says, wow, it's so crazy when it's broken down that way. I think she's referring to the time people spent watching my stuff, and I agree. It was actually mind-blowing. We have none other than Brent Mitch, a.k.a. Seawolf13. He posts a lot of at least lately, he's been posting shorts on his channel of his diving and fishing and spearfishing escapades. And if you're into that sort of thing, definitely go check out Seawolf13's channel. Let's see. Shelly M. Florida says, when is your next dive video? That is a great question. I don't know, soon. Me and my dad are hoping to be able to go diving next week. That is our goal. Sorry, I'm just going through the things. Sam the Adventure Man says, are you expecting call-ins? Well, I'm expecting a call-in from one person, and I am accepting call-ins from anybody who's watching that has my number within reason. So if you want to call in and want to be a part of this and want to say something, you're more than welcome to call in. And it didn't take long for none other than Sam the Adventure Man to answer the call. Hello, you were on speakerphone on my channel.
Howdy, Pilgrim. How's it going, man?
What's popping?
What's popping out the gates?
I'm so weak.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. I just wanted to come in and jump in on your line for a second and say, it's been a really awesome time, and we're having a dang good time. I mean, I love your last video that you did, the PL River Run, and I personally, as you know, I probably watched your video at least 4 or 5 times, each one that you put out, and it's just, for me, this is, what I kind of envisioned when I kind of started my YouTube channel, was that we would have cool memories to look back on, and at least for me as your father and being able to be part of many of your adventures that you put together on your channel, that's exactly what it is for me. It's a wonderful memory that we can look back and, one day when we're all old and decrepit, we'll have these moments that we got to share and share with others. And it's just been so much fun. I can't believe it's already been 2 years.
I can't either.
Dude, 2 years. That is absolutely bonkers.
It is absolutely banana wonkies. I agree. And it is something that I've thought about, is because the internet's kind of a permanent place in a way. So we're always going to have these memories and things to look back on. And one day, my children might be able to watch this and see how things were with me and their grandfather.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so it's just a cool way to, to kind of have a little bit of a legacy to, and also, we've had people, that have been encouraged, by the content or lifted up, or even, in your last video that you put out, the family, they saw the PL River run, through your video, and they decided to come and enjoy it.
Yeah.
You're able to meet them on the river. So many people are seeing, many different things, and, it's through you. And I love watching. I'm having a dang good time. So
yeah,
I think so. Let's keep the good times rolling.
Yeah, let's keep the good times going, and let's make some more videos this summer. And as we continue to, because I have we both have so many ideas for things to do. And,
oh yeah, tons and tons of ideas, especially now that the good weather's here. We're not, there's no shortage of ideas or things that we can be doing. It's just for me, trying to find the time with working a job and just trying to line up. But yeah, we definitely got some good things cooking though.
Yes,
we can't give out all the we can't give out all the secrets, but we definitely have some things coming. So.
Facts. I really hope everybody watching this has been able to hear you and not just sitting watching me nod, but I'm just going to assume they've been able to hear you because no one said anything.
Yeah. Hopefully they have. And thank you guys for joining in on this here. Thanks for supporting Kyler. And, we just really appreciate it and love you, son. Keep up the good work.
I love you too. And thank you for calling in.
All right. We'll catch you later.
All right. Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, perfect. All right, Lynn says that they were hearing everything, so I hope that means that everybody could hear that. So yeah, thank you to my dad for calling in. If anyone else who knows me, like IRL or whatever, wants to call in and talk about the channel, feel free. But yeah, I don't know anybody else who would, but I'm open for surprises. Let's see. Yeah, Gold VP was bringing up the fact that today is May the 4th. And if you do not know, May the 4th is Star Wars Day because it's May the 4th be with you. I have a Lego Star Wars set here that I was tempted to build while doing this. And I don't know if I'm going to, but it is there. I don't know. So there is that. But yeah, we can touch on Star Wars Day briefly since we're here. That is one thing. Oh, wait a minute. Pardon me. Gold VP says I'd call, but I don't have your number. Yeah, I would give you my number to call Gold VP, but I don't know how to do that other than commenting it in the chat here, and that might get bad. Anyways, yeah, it is Star Wars Day today. I was going to touch on that kind of last, but since we're here, it got brought up. That is one thing I realized last year. I realized it, but this year I really realized it because I'd actually made some Lego Star Wars type content in the last year. And I thought about the fact, oh, dang, this is Star Wars Day. And it would be a lot better if my anniversary wasn't on Star Wars Day, because if it wasn't, I'd probably make a Lego Star Wars video just for my anniversary. I mean, just for Star Wars Day. So that's something I'll have to think about next year, and maybe I'll do both. But yeah, because my anniversary is not going to change of when my channel started, and my and Star Wars Day isn't going to change. Let's see. Gold VP says, I'll send you an email. We can share info. Yeah, go ahead. My email, if you do not know, I should be in the description, but if it's not, my email is ginkyler@gmail.com. So there's that. Anyways, let me think about it. So what's besides from making a Star Wars video next anniversary / Star Wars Day, I wanted to think about what some of my goals for the next year is. Looking at the stats from the past year, if I could duplicate this last year, I think that would be a success. Like, gaining 18K more subs. I don't know how realistic that is due to the nature of how I gained those subscribers, and it all happened like at a real one time, but I do think it's possible. Definitely I think a goal for the next year is to at least hit the 30,000 mark, and beyond that. And I also, with my subscriber count, it was dropping, but it's finally starting to go back in the right direction. So there's that. Other goals for the year, I'd said I want to try to make 52 pieces of content in the next year. I think if you're going from this 365 days as opposed to the start of the year, I think there's a good chance I do that. So in the next year from now to next May 4th, I think there is a good chance that I do 52 pieces of content. So that's a goal. And yeah, I would also, okay, wait a minute. This is scary. So we have a wireless caller from a number I don't recognize. I'm going to answer it not on speakerphone to see who it is. Hello? Okay, turn the thing in the background off, like the stream. Just mute it or whatever. All right, so we have none other than Brent Mitch. He is called in. So Seawolf 13 is called in.
What's going on, my man?
Oh, just doing a live stream. What are you up to?
I didn't get your notification like you were saying. I just got to my computer, and when I turned my computer on and went to YouTube, I saw you. That's the only reason how I knew you were on.
Yeah. Do you have notifications on for my channel?
Yes, but I'm old, so I don't. I mean, you guys are more technical than anybody I've ever met. I'll just try to keep my language clean.
Appreciated.
Yeah. You guys, man. But I'm really proud of you and what your dad has done on YouTube. And man, when I met you, it was magical. I saw a kid that loved to dive.
Yeah, man, I've told the story of going diving with you to so many people. That is going diving with you is a highlight of my diving career I will never forget. So it was definitely a memorable experience for me too.
I know you guys have busy lives, but the viz has been terrible. Just
really?
Terrible. And then today, because we've had all these storms, right?
So you're down in Monterey Bay for the people that don't know.
We've got devastated floods, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
But today was the first day. It was 40-foot viz.
Wow.
And guess what's at the bottom?
Sharks?
It's halibut season.
Oh, it's halibut.
Halibut. I know you're not a hunter, but halibut, and when you shoot a halibut, the great whites come in and look at you. So I know that's on your bucket list.
It's on my bucket list, but it also doesn't. I want to see great whites, but I also don't want it to be the reason I can't finish the rest of my bucket list. So it's one of those catch-22 things,
When you're down there as a scuba diver, I know this sounds weird because of everybody's mindset in the movies, and they are a killing machine. But if they know that you're human, the only time they attack is when there's a kayak or somebody fishing. Surfers, because they attack from the bottom, right?
Yeah.
And once they hit them, they only bite once, and they know they're not. And if you could survive the bite, which is devastating,
if you can survive a bite from a great white shark, you're chilling, right?
But when you're on the bottom, they look at you with their big black eye, but they don't. They just look at you and leave. It's weird.
So how many great white sharks do you think you've seen in your diving career, if you had to put an estimated number in it?
I've seen 3, but I know when they're in the area because all the fish that are around you. It's almost like what show was that with the cartoon with Ariel?
Little Mermaid.
Yeah, you know how all the fish disappeared when the shark came?
Yeah.
Or Nemo. I don't know. I might be mixing up, but that's
either
exactly
way.
What it's like.
Gotcha.
When you see a reef with 100 fish on it, and all of a sudden the fish all dart and are gone, that's how. And then you get that spidey feeling. That's how you know they're in the area.
Gotcha.
But
well,
sometimes you don't even see them.
That's fair, and I definitely would. I'm interested in going, and I want to go there again and dive with you. Maybe this summer. We'll see. We'll see what life brings, but this summer might be a good time to do that.
You guys are more than welcome at the house. I mean, you stayed at my guest room, and love to have you. I'm going up to. I know this is your show, so I just want to call in and say great job for what you're doing. I'm impressed. I'm in awe.
Well, thank you. And do you have anything you want to say about your channel or anything like that? Give the audience a pitch to why they should subscribe to Seawolf 13.
Listen, I'm not. No, because you guys have different clientele. I'm just a maniac in the water. I'm fun. Everything I kill, I eat. It's not just to shoot something.
See, I would hunt if I ate the animals. That's like I respect it. I think if you're eating it, it's not as bad as it. But yeah. Anyways, continue.
And then I just am going up this next month. I'm going to fly into Washington because everybody has to check in there before you go to Alaska.
Okay.
And I'm going for the world record for a speared halibut.
What kind of world record for the biggest? Like what kind of world record?
So the biggest one now in Norway, they don't count those guys. I don't know why. I've watched those videos and those guys bring up 400 pounds. The current pole spearing in Alaska for a halibut is 117 pounds by a lady from Florida that was up visiting. So you can't have tanks. That's the rule. And you have to use a pole spear.
So you free dive it? You don't use a scuba tank?
No. If you get the record, so I'll do all my research with my tanks and then I'll go for it without that. Now, when you shoot them, you let it go and they're on a float line and a buoy and you come up to the surface and you normally have a support boat that will give you another gun and you just keep doing that because those things will drag you and kill you.
Yeah.
They're just so powerful. But anyway, enough about me. It's all about you and congratulations, my guy.
Thank you. And someday maybe we should do an interview on here because I'm sure you have interesting stories to tell that my audience would think is interesting. So we can talk about it. Maybe do it sometime in the near future because there is
anything you want. You guys, I just love both you and your dad, and I just love the community. But I honestly, you guys are one of my favorites.
I appreciate that.
When I looked over, and I'm just going to tell your audience, I live in Monterey. It's extreme diving. It's cold. Mm-hmm. And he came down and he had gaps. He didn't even have the right wetsuit.
Nope, I did not.
And the water, with a wetsuit, the water gets trapped in you and you stay warm the whole dive. And if you pee, you warm yourself up.
Yeah.
This kid had water running. He had a wetsuit that would fit me on.
Yeah.
So, and you're not fat like me. So it was just running right through him. I looked over, even when I was editing my video, I looked at the gap between your neck and wetsuit, and it's all skin.
Yep.
And I was just amazed. You were even going to do the other dive, even shaking. And I think your dad made the right call, and I know you were excited to see what we were seeing, but you were cold.
No, I definitely. A big chunk of my diving career has been cold, and that experience I was really cold, but I don't know if that was the coldest I've ever been, but it was definitely close. But I was seeing so much amazing things that I hadn't seen before that I just was trying to take it all in while I could. But yeah.
Now you got a dry suit, right?
Yes, sir, I do. So that's definitely
all right.
Definitely the move next time.
If you guys do a trip, like I said, it's on me. Come on over. We'll spend 4 days, 3 days, 2 days, or 1 day, whatever you want to do of diving. And I will take you. You want whatever you want to see. You want to see the wolf eels? We can bring them out of their holes. I don't shoot wolf eels because I like them.
Okay.
And I've tried one, and it just didn't taste like I thought it would.
But what did you think an eel would taste like?
So I've heard because their main food is crab, right? And so I've heard they taste like they say they're the poor man's lobster. So in my head, I'm like, oh, that's a lobster, and I can get like 5 pounds of meat off this.
Yeah.
Okay. And my wife knows how to cook. It did not taste like lobster.
An eel being equated to a lobster. I've never ate either of them, but that doesn't sound right.
It's just because of their diet. They eat a lot of crabs, and if you like Dungeness crabs, which we have here too, that's their main. They say their meat takes on that taste.
Gotcha.
And so I don't know if that's it. Well, I know it's not true in my brain, but I mean, it could be. And they're just so beautiful. It's like shooting a Labrador.
Oh,
it really is. I mean, they just stare at you.
Yeah, we're not trying to do that. But anyways, I appreciate you calling in. Everybody, go subscribe to Seawolf13. If you can't find it, he is on my channel page. He is in my like friends of the channel section or whatever it is. And yeah, if you want some raw, unfiltered diving content, go check him out.
Well, thank you, my man, and congratulations. And I'm going to just go back to watching you.
All right, sounds good. I'll talk to you later.
All right, see you.
All right, bye. Wow, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect to be graced with a legend other than my father, but I definitely didn't expect that. So, yeah, thank you to Brent for calling in. And again, go check out Seawolf13 if you want some raw and unfiltered diving content. Let's go back to some of the comments. I saw some things I wanted to reply to, but I didn't because I was on the phone. Sharon Lewis has re-upped her membership to be a member she's been a member for 7 months. Shout out to her. She's one of my friends. I consider her a friend, and we've met through this YouTube channel. So shout out to her and all the love and support she gives to me. I also see 3AM Forge. He said, I look forward to seeing years more of content with you. May the 4th be with you. Thank you, Jason. You're a legend. Let's see. I also saw somebody say that May 4th is Fireman's Day? ? Mary Peterson said, did you know today is National Firefighters Day? I did not know that, and I didn't know that. So if that is what today is, shout out to all the firefighters, and thank you for all you do to keep us safe. Let's see. Yeah, firefighters are definitely important. Reagan Dunn, a.k.a. Durant, says, congrats, Buster. A shout out to you, Junior. You already know I love you. You're one of my best friends. And thank you for all your support and for being a cameraman on a couple of the videos. You're goated for that for real. Let's see. I also see Sylvia Mackay was saying, Kyler, don't do it, please. I think she was talking about going and diving with great whites. I think I'm going to do it, though. But let's see. Gold VP says, I've eaten eel. It's good. See, I find that hard to believe, but I'll take your word for it. Now, also, if you have questions, so 2 things. 1, I have a question on what kind of videos would you like to see from me in the next year? If there's any ideas other than, I'm going to do diving videos, stuff like that. But if you have any specific ideas for videos you'd like to see in the next year, please comment them below. Also, if you have any questions, comment them. And the first question I'll respond to is Mary Peterson says, question, what's the difference between a wetsuit and a dry suit? That is a great question. So a wetsuit, what it does, obviously you get wet, and the goal of a wetsuit is it's tight, so it keeps the water compressed tight up against your skin and kind of creates a warmth by how tight it is up against you and kind of like warms you up with the water. So the water will warm up from your body heat kind of thing. And a dry suit, your suit doesn't get wet unless something goes wrong, which it has before. But your suit doesn't get wet. So anything covered by your suit will be dry. So you can wear, like I could wear the outfit I'm wearing right now in my dry suit. So like with my dry suit, the only thing exposed are my hands and then my like from the neck up. So my hands and from the neck up are the only things that get wet unless something goes wrong. So yeah, let's see. Shelly M. Ford says, I like you and your dad's metal detecting. I do too. I don't know. Dad was talking about trying out a new underwater metal detector. So yeah. David Brown said, expected to see you streaming from the adventure boat. Yeah, I am not in the vicinity of the adventure boat right now, but I will be in the near future. So that'll probably happen soon. Let's see. I have a little script here that just gives me some like things to look at. I'm just going to check and go over it. Thunderhorse says, I really liked the River Run video. Thank you. I really liked making it. It was it took a lot out of me to make it, and it took a minute, but I think I was happy with how the product turned out. And like to even go into that a little further, the River Run video, part of the reason it was so difficult was a lot of videos when I make them, so you put them into the editor and there will be like, maybe like 15 separate pieces of footage to go through when I make a video. With the river run, I'd say actually usually probably be like between 15 and 30 is like usual for me with most of my videos. For the river run video, when I put it all together to start, I had 108 pieces of individually taken footage to go through. So that was just daunting. And yeah, it was a lot to get through, but I liked how it turned out. And I think it was worth it. So yeah, there's that. Let's see. Also, I want to go over some of the voting polls because I haven't for a while, and obviously I haven't done the voting polls in a minute, but I do want to go over the ones that I have not touched on because that was the point of the voting polls, was to talk about them. So I think the last one, I don't know. I think the last voting poll, well, actually, I can figure this out. I'm going to figure out what voting polls I have not talked about. All right. So if you don't know, on my community page, I post every now and again, I post voting polls, and I'm going to start doing more consistently. But the idea of the voting polls is to kind of not only get your guys' thoughts on things, but to also, just for things to talk about during these live streams. So one of them was, the first one we'll touch on is, I asked everyone, would you rather have the ability to breathe underwater or the ability to fly? And 30% said they'd want the ability to breathe underwater, and 70% said they'd want the ability to fly. That's a pretty, one-sided result, but I feel like, I don't know, I feel like they're underestimating the ability to breathe underwater, because there's so much, like a vast majority of the earth is underwater. So there's so much, if you could breathe underwater, you could explore, but that's another story. My next voting poll was, how many hours a day do you use your phone? That voting poll was sparked because I actually, in between now and my last live stream, I actually went a week without my phone, and I did film a video for that. And one day I might put it out. It was a really good experience. I don't want to spoil it just in case I do put it out, but there is a video to be made that is honestly actually partly made already about my week without my phone. But to go along with that, I asked everybody right before I got off my phone was, how many hours a day do you use your phone? The majority said 6 to 9 hours a day, which that's a big chunk, which is probably I usually probably fall in that category. The next closest was 28% said 10 hours plus, which is wild. But also on weeks when I'm editing a video, I probably fall in that category too. And then the least was less than 1 hour, which makes sense. But 4% of people said they only 4% said they use their phone for less than an hour, which is wild. So there's that one. And then the last voting poll I have that I haven't touched on is I asked everybody, how do you feel about daylight savings time? 57% of people said they hated it, and then 21% of people said they liked it. And then 20% said it didn't affect them. And then 3% said they don't observe it where they live. So I assume they live in Arizona or whatever. So anyways, those were the voting polls. So yeah, if anyone has any comments on anything I just said or any questions, feel free to send them in. I'm going to take a quick drink of water, and yeah. Perfect. All right. Let me breathe. All right. My mom says the week without his phone was hilarious and eye-opening. Yes, it was. It was eye-opening. My favorite part of not having my phone was the plans that I had made with people while I didn't have my phone, because once I made them, I pretty much didn't have anything else. Like, I made plans with people, I just had to hope they stuck to them. And spoiler alert, people didn't stick to them. So I appreciate that. Let's see. Dad says daylight saving time is yuck. I definitely agree. Let's see. Sharon Lewis says Cash App is cool. Air isn't free. Yes, I do have Cash App. All my links to I have my Instagram link below. I have my Facebook link below. Also have my PayPal and Cash App link below. So if you're interested in any of those things, my Facebook is a good way to see some like pictures and of like my YouTube adventures and maybe get notifications on when I'm going to do live streams and stuff like that. My Instagram is my YouTube adventures also, but then some more of my personal stuff. So that's, if you're interested, there are links to those below. Let's see. Mary Peterson says we never change our clock because wait 6 months and it'll be right on time. My mom tries to do the same thing with her car clock, but whenever I see it's wrong, I change it. But she would do the same thing if she'd get away with it. Let's see. So I'm gonna go back up in the comments a little. Sam the Adventure Man earlier said I picked fly since I already breathe underwater. That's true. We do kind of sort of breathe underwater, but we also fly when we get in airplanes. So I don't know. Maybe we need to get our pilot's license and then we could achieve both. Oh, I'm laughing because It's a Bagel says, this is Godwin. Me and Nana say hi. Well, hello to both of you guys and hello to Papa. And I hope y'all are doing great. And I feel a sneeze coming on. And no, that was not exaggerated. That is how I sneeze. Let's see. Shelly M. Florida says, you guys come to Florida and you can dive the shipwrecks on our treasure coast. I want to come to Florida. Actually, a lot of my family is in Florida as we speak, and I want to go there. So hopefully I will be there in the near future because that sounds like a good thing. Yeah, Godwin. Also, I don't know if you saw, but earlier in the stream, I gave you a shout out for being one of my beloved cameramen. So shout out to you and thank you for being a good cousin. So yeah. Let's see. Is there anything else I want to touch on? Real quick, because it is Star Wars Day, I did have written down. I am curious. Who is everybody's favorite Star Wars character? This is like way out of left field, but it is Star Wars Day. If I had to pick my favorite Star Wars characters, I'd say my top two are Obi-Wan Kenobi and Han Solo. Then after that, probably Ahsoka. And then I don't know. Those are probably my top three. Does anyone else have like a favorite Star Wars character? Thunder Horse says Yoda. Yoda is a good character. I really like how they flesh his character out a little more in the cartoons. Gold VP says I am an Ewok fan. Yeah, it's kind of funny. A lot of people don't even like. A lot of people I know that are Star Wars fans don't even like watch the. Haven't even like seen the Ewok Adventures. Seawolf 13 says I'm into Jabba the Hutt. That's crazy. Jabba, but then again, you said you like the wolf eels or whatever, so that makes sense. Margie and Juniper both say Yoda. So are you talking about sorry, I just saw a comment maybe. So are you talking about Yoda as in old Yoda, or are you talking about where is it? I was looking for where it is. Okay, I actually have this sitting on a box of a Baby Yoda Lego set, aka Grogu Jaren. I think that's what his name is now. But anyways, spoiler alert. But I was laughing because Godwin, aka It's a Bagel, said Bib Fortuna, which is one of Jabba the Hutt's like lackeys or whatever. So that's hilarious. So Juniper said it's old school Yoda. That's interesting. The dogs are over here wondering what I'm doing. So let's see. Land Cloud Adventure says, hi. Congrats on the 2 years. Thank you very much. So that's surprising. So it seems like everybody in here that's commented their favorite Star Wars character has either been Yoda, an Ewok, or someone related to Jabba the Hutt. And that's not something I would have predicted. And it's definitely a little different from mine. I guess Yoda is kind of similar to mine, but let's see. Godwin says, nah, but seriously, I think Captain Rex and Darth Vader. Yeah, Rex is awesome. If you are a Star Wars fan and you haven't already, do yourself a favor and watch the Clone Wars cartoon. It seems like a kid's show from the beginning because it kind of is at the beginning, but then it becomes something that adult Star Wars fans would like. So I definitely recommend. And if you watch that, you know who Captain Rex is. Sam the Adventure Man says, what have you learned from this 2 years? I've learned a lot in the 2 years I've been on YouTube. Let me think. What have I learned in general? I've learned that I can be really creative. That's a big thing. I am a terrible artist when it comes to drawing things. And so I kind of never really considered myself that creative of a person because I wasn't really able to draw good. I artistically was trash when it comes to painting and stuff. But once I got this outlet, the outlet of YouTube, I have realized I'm actually a really creative person. And I love creating and making things, and video editing and the ability to, put in little jokes or make little like cartoons or something has really been a way for me to express my creativity that I didn't even know I had in the way I have it. So that's like a big thing I have learned. Let's see. Sam the Adventure Man says, was there anything you did not expect about YouTube? Is there anything about this I did not expect? Well, I didn't expect my channel to get as big as it's gotten. I didn't expect that, but I also honestly wasn't like surprised because it was a goal. And so it wasn't like a complete shock, but I didn't take that for granted. Let's see. Is there anything I didn't expect? I didn't expect how many friends and how many connections I would make just through YouTube and from meeting people. That's something I did not expect. Or just like not even like YouTubers. I mean, like people who watch my videos that I've like actually had conversations with, whether it be on Discord or just in general. That's something I didn't expect. I've met a lot of cool people, and I've met a lot of people that are older than me and been able to find a common ground through YouTube that is really cool. And so that's something I didn't expect, but has been a great surprise. Let's see. Lori says, your editing is great. I appreciate that. I think my editing, there's definitely a lot of room for improvement. I think I see room for improvement and improvements I can make, but I think I kind of have an ability to express what I'm thinking, even if it's not done in the best way. And I try to put it in what I do. A lot of the things I edit, I will put things in my video that are for nobody's benefit but my own. Like in the last video, there are 2 cutaways that I put in just for myself, knowing that no one else without being told would understand what I meant by it. And I think that's something in the last year too, is I quit worrying about if people would understand everything I put in my video. I wanted to make sure they understood the story I was telling, but originally I felt kind of handcuffed by the fact that I felt like I had to make my videos accessible in a way that everyone can understand everything I was saying. But I got to a point in the last year where I realized as long as the story I'm telling is cohesive and the main points make sense, I can be a little creative and I can go outside the box. I can tell inside jokes. I can make references that maybe 5 people will understand. Or in the case of my last video, I don't think anybody but myself understood it until I told some people. And then they're like, oh, that's hilarious. Or, oh, that makes sense. Stuff like that. So anyways, but that freedom of expression and using YouTube as an outlet for my creativity is something that's been really cool. Let's see. Sorry, I went off on a tangent, but we're off that. Shelly M. Fortis said I like the Mandalorian series. I did too. Linda Ginn, aka my Nana, says, what is your favorite adventure? That's a good question. So everybody, I'm asking everybody, what is their favorite video I have made in the last year? I would say, let me just look real quick. What is my favorite video? The last one I made, the PL River Run, is definitely up there. I'm not me going and looking at my own videos to see which ones I've made. Okay, the one that's called My Craziest Dive of My YouTube Career, where I was able to return the cell phone. That was one of my favorite videos from the past year in adventures as a result. Also, the best bad dive I've ever had. That was one of my favorites. And then my final favorite would probably be my career prior to the Adventures with Purpose trip, A Fateful Call from a Estranged Father, ? That was an amazing video to make. And that was the first time I'd ever made scripted content like that for my channel. So those are probably my favorite adventures I've had in the last year. But yeah, the street vacuuming was a great time, and I don't know, we might need a sequel, or maybe just like, that's another thing I was thinking, the next year, maybe some like scripted content like that doesn't deviate too far, because all my dive videos and all my like normal videos are unscripted. And, you know, occasionally we might do something or make a joke that we know is for the sake of the video, but all the things I find and all the things we do, and even the conversations for the most part, are usually unscripted. So that's one thing I've thought about, is making some maybe like little comedy scripted things or just stuff like that, but we'll see. Sharon Lewis says Cream rises to the top. I appreciate that. Shelly M. Fortis says your personality shines in this type of format. Yeah, I felt like the more I've done this, the more I've been able to just express myself, which has been great. Sam the Adventure Man says adventures unite people of all ages. That is true. And yeah, let's see. Mary Peterson says the best kind is unscripted. I agree. I think the best kind of videos, when it comes to the diving and stuff like that, is unscripted. And I think okay, so when it comes to my videos, my average scuba diving video, because that's what a majority of it is, I know that people don't watch my things because I am the best scuba diver in the world, or because I have the best nature stuff in the world, or the best camera angles in the world. I know, in my opinion, I think, and this, I could be completely wrong, but just based off of what people have said, I feel like people do enjoy the realness. I say that in quotation, but really, the realness. It is real. The realness of the videos and the lack of, you know, phony stuff. Like, we could just go put something crazy in the water. And I've thought about doing that for an April Fool's Day video. That's another story. But like, we could do stuff like that. But I don't know. I feel like for the type of videos I make and how it goes, it's a lot better to just go out and be natural with it. And it also makes, when we do find something crazy or when we do see something interesting, it makes it so much more rewarding because it's real. It's something we actually did. So I do agree that the best kind is unscripted for that. But when I'm talking about authentic, my dad said. So I think authentic is the best for that. But I'm talking about scripted. I'm talking about like maybe just like doing some skits or things like that just for fun. Because I do have some ideas like that. So it's not like, oh yeah, we're just going to go out and in my next dive video, we're going to find Davy Jones's locker and we're going to, I don't even know what. I don't want to say anything, because the last time I said something like that, people thought I was making fun of somebody who does that, but I don't, or supposedly does, and I wasn't. I don't know. I'm going to let that one slide. But anyways, the point is, I don't blame anybody who does that or does make that kind of content, but that's just not what I make. But skits and stuff, that might be a different story. My mom says I have to go to work, so I'm so proud of you, Kyler. Enjoy your dinner, and I'll see you when I get home. Good luck, Mom. And yeah, I'll see you. Hopefully, I'll be in an amazing mood because the Lakers game goes decent. Fingers crossed. And yeah, let's see. I'm looking at the comments now. Sorry. That's the one thing. So The hardest thing for me about live streams is just being by myself and talking to myself. Because right now we're going on 55 minutes and I've been talking. So it basically feels like I've been talking to myself for 55 minutes almost. And I really prefer when there's someone else here with me, which is why I really do appreciate my dad and Brent calling in, because it takes some of the pressure off of me to talk constantly. And then also it gives me a minute to read the comments without being like, oh, let me pause. So yeah, that's interesting. Brent just said an interesting thing that I think is interesting. Seawolf 13 says, in your analytics, what is your target audience? 24 to 34-year-old males. So you might think that because when you meet me, I mean, I'm a 23-year-old male. You might think that. But if you guys had to guess what my analytics say, I might even show you. I don't know if I can show you without exposing other stuff, but I'll see if I can show you. If you had to guess who Kyler Ginn's core audience is, who would you guess? Because it is not who I would guess, which says a lot about the content I make. So if you can guess the age range and then maybe like what percent is male and female, comment below. So like what age range is the most common for my channel, and then which what gender is more prevalent. So I'll give you half a second. Also, David Brown says, am I talking about the Lakers or the Kraken? I'm talking about the Lakers game because we're playing my personal biggest ops in basketball, the Warriors. So I'm really nervous about that. And then I do have my Kraken hoodie over there. I almost wore that instead, but I took it off because it was hot. So actually, if the Kraken game is on tonight, I might watch it. I might put it on the little TV or something, but I'm definitely focused on the Lakers game. All right, so let's see what some of the people think Kyler Ginn's audience is. Ringo and Czar says 50 to 60. Ninja Mama says women 30 to 60. Dad says 44 to 55 female. Shelly M. Florida says, I say age range 42 to 58. Seawolf said, I'd say you're 50-50, then 45 to 50, 50 to 55. All right, so not Zooty Flute saying he's rizzing on the grannies. Who is Zooty Flute? That has to be somebody I know. There's no way. Or maybe it is. I don't know. Anyways, so let's go. We're going to go all time with my ages, lifetime. So when I go like the last, like recently, it's a little more diverse. But if I go lifetime on my channel, I don't know if I can show you. Like, can I show you this? Okay, hold up. Let me wipe my phone screen. So this is the age range. So the most predominant age range for the lifetime on my channel is it is 45 to 54. And if you look a lot, it's kind of this like middle ground. So like the main range is between 35 and 65. And there's 0.1% of my viewers are 13 to 17. So that's crazy. And then only 2.4% of my viewers are my age. That's the thing. Basically, none of my friends, or maybe they do and I don't know it, but very few of my friends watch my videos. And I do appreciate the ones that do, but not many of them do. So I'm not surprised when I see the 18 to 24 range. And honestly, as long as somebody watches I don't care the age of whoever watches my videos. I make videos for whoever wants to see it. So anyways, the most common though for my lifetime on my channel is 45 to 54. Let's see, the last year it's the same. And then the last 28 days, the most common is 55 to 64. So I don't know, but it does seem like in the last year, in more recent times, the age ranges have evened out a little bit more, and there are more people my age. So there's that. And then for gender, so for the lifetime, all right, let me see. What were the guesses? I'm looking at the guesses real quick. All right, for the gender, my channel is 70.6% female, and then 29% male, and the rest is user specified. So yeah, so basically, you gotta be honest, my core audience tends to be female and between the ages of 35 to 64. And honestly, hey, that sounds crazy, but I'm okay with it. As long as somebody's enjoying my videos, it's fine. And it does sound, it isn't who I would have thought would enjoy my videos. And when I make the jokes, it's not like the age gap, like it's not the age demographic I thought would enjoy it. But if it is, then I'm all for it. So yeah, anyways, yeah, that's crazy. Oh, I can't believe I told you all that, because that's been like that's been something that I've always I've always found interesting. And also, I am going to get off of here really soon because I did not think I was going to be on here for an hour, and the Lakers game starts any minute. It is a playoff game, and I don't want to miss it. So I am going to get off of here soon. So if you have any more questions, please drop them. Juniper Ruby says, we all want you to marry our daughter. That's crazy. I have had such requests and comments before, which are always interesting. Yeah, there's a whole. Sharon Lewis says, what age demographic is the most supportive financially? Probably. I mean, it's the demographic that watches my channel the most. Yeah, definitely. Which is kind of to be expected. Usually when you get to that age, that's like when you're going to have more disposable income. And I only want people to ever support this channel financially if it's money that they wouldn't miss or wouldn't be better served somewhere else in their life. So yeah, that adds up to me. We can also just look at the country statistics. So obviously the most common country, well, I think is obvious, the most common country to watch my videos is the United States. But if you had to guess which country is second most, like watches my channel the second most, who do you think it would be? Like, what country do you think is my second most of mine? So let's see. We got it. Okay, let's see. Ninja Mama says Philippines. Rackle says UK. Gold's VP says Canada. My dad says UK. Shelly M. Florida says the UK. Yeah. So those are all good. Those are all good guesses. Godwin says Australia. That's also a good guess. Juniper says Canada. I'll give like a few more seconds to get some more responses in, because that is one thing. There is a delay on the chat. So sometimes like when I ask these questions, to me it sounds like it's taking a minute, but I know that you guys just like, it takes you a minute. Let's see. China is another answer. Indonesia is another answer. All right. India. Missed the Sonics. Yes. Too bad the Sonics aren't here. But anyway, off that. Okay. So the second most watched the country that watches my channel the second most is Canada. Not Canada. Sorry. It's actually the United Kingdom. It's the UK. Shout out to Andy. It's the United Kingdom, and then Canada, and then Australia, South Africa, New Zealand, India, Netherlands, Germany, and then Ireland to close it out. So it is no surprise to me that the most common countries to watch my channel are English speaking. And if I'm looking at for the last 24 days, it's about the same. Although India, so I will notice that India is the one that primarily, like when I put out a short or something, India is usually about 50% of my short view. Not 50, but maybe like 30% of my short views say they're from India. So that's interesting. So there must be something with the YouTube algorithm that makes it so they like my videos in India. I don't know. But anyways, also a big thank you to Judy for that super chat. It says, thank you for being you. I appreciate that. That means a lot, and it really does help. And it does help me with my goal to make YouTube my full-time job. So I do appreciate that. And yeah, that I think is about everything I have to say. Like I said, the Lakers game starts any moment, unless you guys want me to live chat the Lakers game. I don't think that's gonna happen. You guys want that? I'm gonna get off here, but you guys should see me again soon. either Sunday or Monday is the plan for the Falls River Run video of people going over and consequently crashing. Also, maybe a live stream next week. I don't know. Let me know if you want to see me again. So yeah, anyways, thank you everyone for joining me. Thank you everyone for the support over the last 2 years. And yeah, let's go be on here for another 2 years at least. Let's see what my 3-year anniversary video looks like. So that is one thing. My last anniversary video, I was in San Diego. This one, I'm in my mom's like dining room area. Where will the next anniversary video be? Interesting thought. Anyways, guys, I will talk to you later. Thank you again for all the support. And yeah, it's been your boy. Peace.